I'm Lani Halliday. I have a company called Brutus Bakeshop. I'm gonna show you guys how to make power Pop-Tarts. They've got a tropical vibe, they've got guava, they've got passion fruit. This one is my gluten-free vegan pie dough so that everyone can have power Pop-Tarts because everyone loves power pop. So the first thing we're gonna do is the dough. I've got some all-purpose gluten-free flour here. It's about 2 cups worth. I'm gonna add in about half a teaspoon of xanthan gum, and I've got psyllium. That's also about a teaspoon. It brings in moisture, adds flakiness. I'm gonna throw in my salt, just give it a little whisk. So these are our dries. There's gonna be dries, fats, and wet. Instead of water, I go for vegan coconut yogurt and I go for apple cider vinegar. This hydrates everything and allows those binders to work and do their thing. I just want it to get like sour and kind of funky. So it's gonna sit and do its thing while we add our fat. This is about a couple ounces of fat, really. The goal with mixing this pie dough is you're essentially just trying to coat the fat in flour. And I'm kind of sheeting this fat into this flour, and it's gonna give it flakiness into this pie dough. You've got bigger chunks like this. You've got these guys here, which are like kind of like flaky bits. You've got dry bits right here. You've got some like wet bits kind of underneath here a little bit, and this is looking good. We get our little sour coconut yogurt, apple cider vinegar mixture. Oh yeah, it's all on my fingers. I'm known for making a mess in the kitchen. That's like kind of my vibe. You can sort of see like it's hydrating a little bit more. This looks pretty good to me actually. Gonna give it a little pat and kind of like form it. It needs to hydrate now. So minimum 30 minutes. The next thing I'm gonna do, it's the glaze. It's the passion fruit glaze. Confectioner's sugar, 10x, get it at the store. It's gonna wanna stick and you're just gonna wanna like stab it with your whisk and kind of give it a little love. I will add my vanilla first. This is about a tablespoon of vanilla. Salt, go for it. So you can use any kind of puree. I use an unsweetened puree. This brand is Perfect Puree. You can honestly get this kind of stuff also at the bodega, like especially if you've got like a Latino section, you will see purees on the cheap. Give it a whisk and see how it goes. It's a lot easier to add more puree than it is to try to add more powdered sugar in. You could use it this thick. You can kind of see it's almost like a caramel sauce. It's kind of like slowly dripping and holding its shape. I like it a little bit thinner. It's all about balance. So I'm gonna add a little bit more of this. I'm gonna incorporate it in. And you can see the beautiful sort of like soft marigold color that comes through. And this actually looks quite good to me. This dough has been chilling. My little power Pop-Tarts are gonna be rectangular. Start from the middle and extending out in my corners. I've been gluten-free for about 20 years. I developed a wheat allergy working as a bread baker. It was definitely a transition. It was definitely like a heartbreaking moment, but it's really put me on this path of really just trying to understand like what my body and other people's bodies need and kind of like how to bring those like peak treat experiences to people who just like can't have shit. So I'm just gonna turn this. I have rolled it out. It's pretty thin. It's about 1/8 of an inch thick. I'm probably actually gonna chill this down a little bit more. I've touched it a lot. I'm just gonna kind of peel this parchment back. It's not sticking to this side of the parchment, so I know it's like sufficiently chilled. It's good. This is where you're gonna get some beautiful texture from. You can see here, like, you've got some really great marbling and some streaking. It looks pretty like homogeneously hydrated. I'm gonna take this guava paste. Guava paste is something that's like super easy to source, generally speaking. I'm sure you can get this like legit anywhere, Walmart or Whole Foods. It's basically just like sugar and guava, but like a lot, and it's very firm. Try to make the slices like kind of even to kind of like sit flat in the Pop-Tart size. This pie dough, we can re-roll it. I'm gonna just take this and put it off to the side so I can reutilize it in just a little while. So this is gonna be my bottom and this is gonna be my top. Literally just fill these guys. Pop-Tarts for me were a real contraband item. Not only were we like poor AF and not eating like industrial foods like that, but my mom was like a no sugar person also. Pop-Tarts were something that I'd get like at one of my friends' house, or the sneaky one was I started babysitting when I was like 13, 14 years old. The kids that I would babysit, they would always have like the best snacks. Fruit snacks, Pop-Tarts, all the trash. And I would literally just like post at Friday night, oh, you need me? Perfect. And just like eat all their stuff. I scored this here, you can see. I'm just gonna fold this over. Just relax. We're gonna be okay. We're just gonna give it a little press. It's pretty lined up. We're good. This dough is soft, so we're gonna have to chill it before we move on too much. You definitely wanna take some of this and use it to like patch up any like super thin parts, because what's gonna happen is if you don't do that, this guava paste is kind of gonna like explode out. I'm actually gonna just kind of like divide these all up. So these, I chilled them. They've been out for about like 4 minutes and they're already starting to temper, so this is perfect. I'm gonna crimp the edges and then I can actually also further trim them if I need to. If you have a forced air convection oven, you wanna set this to like 375. If you have a regular conventional, just like hot heated element or gas oven, you're gonna set it to 400. These bake so fast. Obviously the size that you make them is gonna dictate how long they stay in the oven, but you know, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's like a thin ass little piece of pie dough with some guava paste inside. The stuff inside doesn't need to cook. So you're really just like baking off that pie dough, getting it crispy, flaky. I'm gonna actually make a fourth one to kind of put on this sheet tray to just fill it up. They're out of the oven, they're cool, they're golden, they're full of like guava goodness, like check on the bottom, nice and golden, and you can kind of like, you kind of can get like the prelude to a kiss of the flakiness. Top tip for saving yourself a mess in the kitchen, on your cooling grate underneath, just put a little parchment. This glaze, you just want to get it in a piping bag. You can get funny and fun. So I like to go kind of push it to the corners. Like you can't really control this stuff. This sort of a guy, bringing you back to like a toaster strudel vibe. I'm gonna do a lot on this one. I'm gonna like completely cover the surface of this one. While your glaze is still wet, that's the time you wanna like get your sprinkles. So cute. And I literally just go for it. All right, that's it. They're easy. Well, you wait for the glaze to set. So I'm gonna actually give it a little, good, oh yes. You can kind of see there's like a good amount of like guava to pie dough ratio in there. It's good. Yeah. It's flaky, it's like sour, it's sweet, and it's also sticky. I couldn't wait. I mean, there's lots of little flaky layers in there. And the thing about it is that everybody can eat this and it's delicious. It's perfect. If you want the recipe, you can click the link below and you can make it at your house. When I first became gluten-free, any gluten-free thing on the market at the time, it was just all trash. It was like, so I do try to like build recipes around the idea of how many people can have this.